Ah, sacred time. What better time than right now at this moment?
It's a new year, it's a new year, it's a new year. And I'm greatly appreciative that you showed up because I got like a little slight message for you. Slight one, just a nice little foresight for you. You know what I'm saying? And we can put this little message to use right here. I ain't gonna lie, But I'm gonna try to go ahead and get off into it because you already know the usual. If you haven't been following me from last year, the way I pull my cards, I go through synchronistic like pairing. That's the way I do my cards. All right, so I take both of these decks right here and I'll shuffle till I get a pair out of the two, and then that'll develop me a 4-card spread. So we're gonna go ahead and get off into this message right now. Take what resonates, leave the rest. The first card we have here right now is the 2 of Diamonds. All right, the 2 of Diamonds means balance and partnership, decisions regarding finances or juggling priorities. All right, the context over the spread, right? This actually highlights the importance of the whole spread. All right, and this actually highlights like the importance of finding equilibrium, right? Especially in matters of collaboration or shared resources, right? It could also signify the need to carefully assess partnerships or agreements. Boom. So we get off into the second card. Second card we got here is the Ace of Clubs. All right, the core meaning for this is new opportunities, creative inspiration, or potential growth. All right, the context over this card or spread, right, is the Ace of Clubs. All right, it brings like I'm gonna say fresh energy and signals a chance to start something new. All right, whether in work, relationships, personal projects. It represents like enthusiasm and creative potential, pretty much. All right, so we're gonna move to this third card. The third card we have here is the 3 of Clubs. All right, this means teamwork, progress, and collaboration leading to success, though. So you can see how this guy is unfolding, pretty much. The context over this spread or card. This card underscores like the importance of working with others to achieve a common goal. It's a sign that progress is being made, though, through patience and effort, pretty much, and such efforts are really required, pretty much. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, efforts are truly required. So earnestness, being earnest, I was looking for the word. Earnestness is required. Cool. We're gonna move on, get off into this last card here. We got the 5 of Spades. This means conflict, though, tension, or like a hollow like victory. Okay. The context over this card or spread right now is that this 5 of Spades warns of like potential disagreements, setbacks, or the need to confront challenges. It can indicate emotional or I'll say interpersonal conflicts that may arise during the process. All right. So pretty much there are going to be challenges when you come into some type of partnership or union. That's what I'm getting from that. Like the culminative meaning for this spread, I'm going to say that it speaks of like a potential for progress and creative growth, which kind of brings out what we see here in the Ace of Clubs and like the 3 of Clubs, which provides like that balance of we see in like the potential growth, the creative growth. You know what I'm saying? So we see like provided that this balance is probably like going to bring out the 2 of Diamonds, pretty much, that starts to spread off. I'm seeing like resolution of conflicts, or from what the 3 cards before this brings off like a conclusion of like a resolution of conflicts, pretty much. That's how I'm getting it when I see the 5 of Spades at the end of this, right? Which are achieved pretty much. Well, while the initial energy is really kind of like promising, there's a need to address underlying tension or obstacles that may disrupt the progress, though. But I'm seeing that it's being like a resolution that or resolve when I see the 5 of Spades at the end of this. But it's like, okay, there was like a challenge, or just how you align when you meeting, you know, or I guess working with people, when you collaborating and stuff like that. It's sometimes you're gonna have to, you know, learn people, feel each other out. You know what I'm saying? And certain challenges it may be a little challenging, you know, to gain a better understanding about the individual in general, you know, and that's just like in growing pains, what I would say about this five of spades. But it's still, you know, something that, you know, a resolve will be sought for, I believe, because everybody comes together. Two people come together, become better. You know, that's how I look at things. All right. So with that being said, I like to see the core themes of these, right? Or the key themes of this is when I see like partnership and balance, but actually bring or depict like the two of diamonds, right? Basically suggesting that you find harmony in relationships, finances, or shared efforts, you know, which will be essential. All right. And then you see like the new beginning, which will express the ace of clubs. That's like opportunities and creative inspirations are present. I guess these need to be like nurtured to thrive. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then like when I look at the collaboration or the collaborative card in the three of clubs, it's suggesting that, you know, while working with others, which, you know, working with others can kind of like lead to positive outcomes. But patience and teamwork is crucial. You know what I'm saying? It's really critical. You know what I mean? So when I look at like conflict, which will close out with the five of spades, that's like suggesting that challenges may, or expressing that challenges may arise, you know, calling for honesty, you know what I'm saying, and communication and careful handling of tension, pretty much. That's forbearing, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be receptive. Gotta be receptive. You know what I mean? Let that gratitude actually be like the forerunner of your every endeavor anyway, you know, and that requires receptivity. You know what I'm saying? All right, so like when I look at like the interconnected like insight of the cards behind each other, so when like if I look at like the ace of clubs behind two of diamonds, right, this pretty much suggested that a balanced partnership or decision such as like the two of diamonds will be key to unlocking creative, or I would say growth-oriented opportunities, if you follow me on that, right? Which would kind of like express the ace of clubs in combination. It emphasizes the need to share efforts in pursuing new ventures. You know what I mean? So then when I look at like the three of clubs behind the ace of clubs, it pretty much indicates that collaboration, such as the three of clubs, is the driving force though behind the potential of new opportunities, which expresses the ace of clubs. All right, success will depend on teamwork and shared visions though. So make sure, you know, you both have the same mind pretty much, and you both are on the same accord behind the incentive pretty much, or the intent thereof, in pursuing whatever vision this is, or manifesting whatever vision you two have, you know what I'm saying, or the party has. All right, and then when we get into like the five of spades behind this three of club, it's pretty much more of a, like a warning, which warns that tension or conflict, you know what I mean, when we see this five of spades, could disrupt collaborative efforts, you know what I'm saying? And it pretty much suggests that you address any miscommunication or disagreements early to avoid setbacks. All right, so communication is very key. Transparency is very much key in having that alliance, to having a sufficient alliance, pretty much. I could kind of mold this into like a love message, right? To where when I see like in relationships, pretty much love and relationships, right? So when I see like the two of diamonds, it pretty much highlights the need for balance or and or compromise in the relationship. Decisions about shared responsibilities or goals may be necessary. All right. As I kind of paraphrase this message, you bear with me. I see like the ace of clubs pretty much suggests that the relationship has potential though for like renewed passion, excitement, or creative bonding though. So that's kind of like a good, you know, I guess things could go in a good direction. But you know, it's what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? So everything has the potentiality. It's pretty much what you make of it. But you just don't try to control or force things out to be. If the visions or the morals or the values aren't aligned, don't try to graft something that is not able to be grafted. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on. Three of clubs though indicates that teamwork and mutual efforts will strengthen the connection. All right, we pretty much know that. But when we close this out with like the five of spades, it warns of potential conflicts and misunderstandings. These can be resolved with honesty. You know what I'm saying? And focus on, you know, mutual goals pretty much. And that's pretty much like the paraphrase version of these paragraphs I be reading. So we get into like this final insight of it all, man. This spread reveals a path of growth, opportunity, especially when like collaborating. Pretty much, it kind of in collaboration and balance, I would say, when that is like pretty much prioritized, it actually has the potential of growth and actual new opportunities, right? However, it also signals that tension or conflict must be addressed to ensure long-term success. All right, so approach challenges with clear communication and mutual understanding to transform them into stepping stones for progress. All right, so that kind of pretty much concludes this spread, right? But we in a new year, so like this 2025, it's pretty much telling you like teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much and it's not so much as you having to try to look for parties or to try to take on an association with things or people right now. It's not saying that, I'm not saying not to be sociable or cordial, but things will step into its own and allow it to. Don't have your guard up, which will bring too much of a conflict. You gotta pardon me, I got this. I'm suggesting that you don't have your guard up. That which would bring or give birth to some type of conflict. That hinders growth. You know what I'm saying? When you're not allowing yourself to be flexible, to be receptive, in your exchange with others. All right. So I'm saying this to say it's 2025, right? So now you're stepping into what we would call a new season or a new time, or as we go by this westernized calendar, we're in a new year, right? So I would suggest that you allow yourself, right, to look at the spread, not just in your union with others, but also like look at like step into a divine or a spiritual realm, right? Where it's like your receptivity or your gratitude, right, can bring you or take you. If you know how to come into an exchange or an absolute exchange with God or source, right, to the point to where you're able to decipher or register the emotion of God in your waking state as you go about life in your every moment, in your every gesture, right? And you come to find out that in your guidance of every what you would call coincidences, that what I find to be synchronicity, is your spirit guides guiding you in coincidences. And as you follow these things or these occurrences, right, you're coming to some type of function where your desires are pretty much, when it's a divine objective, when you desire to manifest things, these things will come into fruition, as you stay aligned and receptive to these occurrences that may arise before you're witnessing in life. And this actually brings about a union, though, all right, where now you're operating in a form of reciprocity as you tied in your gratitude through your every gesture of just living and gracing yourself upon life, right? So as you and God become absolutely within exchange with each other, it's like teamwork, man. So as you grace yourself upon like reality, right? And you impart reality upon all that you witness, you'll come to find yourself in an actual form of liberty that you probably would, if you operated within a cardinal sense or a terrestrial sense, you would find yourself probably in some form of constriction or an uneasy yoke in certain circumstances. But being that you're operating from a spiritual aspect in your exchange, right? Your incentives, your motives, your intentions are different pretty much, right? To where you seek something totally different out of the circumstance. And this brings about a liberty or some form of liberation, you know what I'm saying? To where you're not really binded by certain circumstances. And with that being said, if you're totally transparent and absolute before the divine or God with your intentions, your everything about who you are, you know, the absolute you, right? As you move forward in life, you'll find yourself merited or rewarded with opportunities or a form of accessibility that I would say the mortal aspect of you would have a hard time crevicing through, or I would say occupying or occupying that state or designation for real, right? Sometimes things are, this spread could actually apply to something totally mental and in a spiritual aspect. And I'm just trying to share this with you in navigating you to in a state or a plane, if I'm not losing you, where there's a different function at play. So I'm just trying to give you some type of sacred information or advice, right? In how you can still operate within succession to succeed, or just operate in a more elaborate way of being, right? And once you actually reach that form of gratitude and receptivity, pretty much, you're granted the accessibility through all things that is and isn't. And you'll find that you'll be bestowed information or a formality of being that is really informal for real, right? And just you being able to occupy that and travel at I would say 20 times faster than light for real. Your observation is beyond the light that we actually utilize in the physical world. And I'm only sharing this with you because once you become that observation or witnessing actually comes into exchange with God or source, it has a recoil which you would actually have to function at a higher frequency, where things pulsate, or I would say come into some type of accelerate to a more intense, I would say, degree of reality, where that's why I say things will be much more elaborate. Man, I don't want to take you too far out. I'm only just saying this to say, you know, this is all about your relationship with God, for real, you know, and you having to actually personify or gain the ability to personify love, for real. So I'm gonna go ahead and just end this message here and just go ahead and let that marinate for 2025, because we starting off on some bigger and better things. So you ready to take off with me to elevate? We're gonna inhale and exhale for real, right? And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna excel. So with that being said, man, please like, share, subscribe. Man, please like, share, subscribe, man. I truly appreciate you and your time. If you're tired in your time and your patience to getting to know me or to receiving my message, I greatly appreciate that. But until next time, man, I will see you again. God's will. Peace.